Hey guys, do you like surprises? Well, guess what? I've got a surprise for you. So, today I wanted to talk about something that's a little bit of a surprise, at least to my family, and a helpful suggestion for you guys out there to maybe repurpose your leftovers and come up with something creative. So, years ago, I started doing this for fun, I guess, out of necessity and just creativity with my family. And basically, what I do is I take out all the leftovers that I have in my refrigerator. First of all, I make sure that they're not too old to eat because I think you guys might be able to relate to that. Like, I don't remember making this, whatever this is, in this Tupperware container. Out it goes into the trash. So basically, you take everything out of the fridge, leftovers from restaurants, from home, doesn't matter. Put it on the counter, go through it, make sure everything is edible and safe to eat and not moldy or anything like that. Yeah, I know. Ooh. So once I determine that, I basically take all the leftovers. It doesn't matter. It could be barbecue, it could be Chinese, it could be Mexican food, it could be everything, anything in between. Pork chops. It doesn't matter. Hamburgers, leftover steak, leftover potatoes, leftover rice, anything and everything you've got. You take it out. I take all those leftovers, and basically what I want to do is I want to take out if there's any bones from steak or ribs or anything like that. I want to cut the meat off. I want to dice up all the proteins. I want to dice up all the ingredients, all the potatoes. So basically everything's like bite size or smaller pieces. So then what I do is I take a big saute pan, and of course everything starts off really good with butter or olive oil. So typically what I'll do is I'll put in the pan butter and or olive oil or both, and I'll start sauteing like a bunch of diced onions because that's going to add a lot of flavor. Now at this point you can put in any other vegetables or ingredients you want to add to this concoction of leftovers. And you could put in mushrooms, you could put in, any sort of vegetable or anything like that you want. So then in goes all the ingredients, all the leftovers, and like I said, it doesn't matter what kind of cuisine it is, what you're combining. Just put it all in the pan. Just put it all in there. Let it start sautéing and simmering. And now, if it needs liquid, there's a couple of choices that you can add to kind of give it some, revitalize it and make it, saucier. You can add more olive oil, more butter. You can add chicken broth. If it's something you want to cream, you can add heavy cream at the end to it and make it like a creamy dish if you want to do that. But basically, everything that goes in there needs some sort of, the key to this is, first of all, you got to season everything. So you got to season it well. So whatever type of all-purpose seasoning or salt and pepper, garlic powder, whatever you choose to influence the flavor of this concoction, you want to basically add the seasoning in at that time. Once you season it and everything sauteing like that, one of the keys is basically you need some sort of a binder to kind of bring it all together. So I typically will use like leftover pasta, works really good. Any kind of starch really is what you're looking for. So you could do diced potatoes. Now diced potatoes, if they're baked, or even mashed potatoes if they're left over, I like to kind of cook those before I put all the ingredients in to kind of fry them up a little bit, if you will. But yeah, pasta, rice works really, really good. Potatoes, any sort of starch, even like macaroni and cheese, if you had that, maybe you could just throw that in there, make this cheesy dish. So any sort of starch that brings it together, any sort of liquid just to kind of, make it a little bit, moist or saucier, I guess, if you will. And just cook it, season it, taste it, and you'll be surprised that even if it's got Chinese and Mexican and Italian and barbecue and everything in there, the whole world of cuisine all in this saute pan, it'll actually all come together by the starch. And so when I make this, I call it surprise because it's exactly what it is. And when I call my family to dinner and tell them dinner's ready, I say, surprise, here's dinner. And they love it. I mean, it's really good. What's not to love about just a conglomerate of different types of foods and flavors and textures. And, it's just all kind of thrown into this mishmash sort of creation. But it works. It's great. It helps repurpose all those leftovers that you may not have enough of this leftover or that leftover for a meal for everybody to eat. So it's just my way of combining all those, repurposing them, and hopefully reducing the amount of food waste that you have in your refrigerator that goes in the trash, because it sits there and we forget about it. So anyway, I hope you guys try it out. If you do, post in the comments, let me know if you ever try surprise and your family and how they liked it or didn't like it, or any sort of suggestions to improvise on top of surprise. And leave that in the comments below. I'd love to hear your feedback on that, or actually any sort of quirky sort of creations that you do at home that is fun, and repurposing food for your family to save money. And I'd love to hear your suggestions or ideas below. Also, if you would, please help me get to 1,000 subscribers so I can start live streaming on YouTube, because they changed their rules and I can't live stream until I get 1,000 now. But if you would, please subscribe to the Foodie Cubs channel. Hit the like button if you like the video, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified of any future videos when they are uploaded. I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Kerry Stessel, the Foodie Club, and we will see you guys on the next one. Take care.